Everyone, I'm Mahi here, and in this video, we'll start with Python. For today's video, we'll cover Python syntax, Python comments, followed by Python variables. To do all these things, we'll be using Google Colab. We'll see that in a moment. So what are Python syntax first? As we know, Python was designed to be a highly readable language. So let me tell you one thing, that the syntax in Python is the most easy to understand and easy to read comparing to all the other languages we have. So let's get started with hands-on doing the same three in Google Colab. So I'm here in my browser. All you need to have is a proper internet connection and we are ready to go. Let's search Google Colab. I got a Google Colab here. Let me tell you the prerequisites of this Google Colab. All you need to have is just a Gmail account or a Google account, and if you have this, you are ready to go. So let me click on Google Colab here. So as soon as you get into this, you get this pop-up window. Click in New Notebook. So my notebook is ready. So let me take you through this UI here. So here the name of this is Untitled One. So if I double click into this, I can change it to name, whatever the name you want, you can give it. And here on the file section, you have all the options related to file. You can save it on a drive, open a notebook either from the local device or from the data or drive. You can save it to your drive. You can save it in a local device as a .py or IPYNB also. Edit option, you have the tools to select, copy, delete, and so on. And let me also tell you one thing here. If you go to tools and then settings, you have an option to select theme also. So you have light, dark, and adaptive. I'm okay with the dark. So let me change it to dark and let's see how it is. I think the white was better. So let me change to white back. Light theme looks lighter. Yeah, we got it done. Colab also gives an option to share your work, your notebook, to anyone you want. All you need to do is click on the share here and then you get the link which you can share it with others. And this part what you see here is in status of your Jupyter notebook or of your Colab, the status of this with the server backside or backend. So as of now it is showing connect. That means it is not yet connected. So we'll start doing it and then see what changes. So first, let's see the syntax of Python. So the Python syntax is very much simple. For example, if I just want to write hello world, I think so hello world is boring. We'll write something else. Print hello hummingbird, and then if I click on a run here, you can see this status changing to allocating, then connecting, and once it is done connecting, it shows connected. My program line of instruction will get executed. So let's wait to it. So it is connected and the line of instruction is executed. I got hello hummingbird here. And I also want you all to see here the RAM space and the disk space what they provide. They provide you with 12.27 GB of RAM and 107.77 GB of disk space, which is pretty good amount, which can handle almost all the data science, machine learning models and all other heavy tasks also. It also gives you an option to use GPU up to Tesla K80 and so on. So that things later on the next things. Now we'll see, as we are done with this, and if you want, this single part is called a cell. This single line of uh, any number of lines in one single this is called a cell. So this was our first cell which we executed and we got the output as hello hummingbird. If I want to add a second cell, either I click here, I get a new cell here, or if I want, I can go to the insert code cell. I'll get a new cell. Or else you have an option here. When you are writing the previous code itself, press shift plus enter. So it will both execute the line and also create a new cell. So that's easier for us to go. Now we'll see variables. What is variable? Variables are data containers. They store values. For example, if I assign x equals to 1, x equals to 1 and then print x, the output is 1. So I allocated a value 1 to x, and then when I call x in a print, I got 1. I can also allocate string to variable. For example, x equals to hummingbird and then print x. I got hummingbird. So as we all know, this one, the code cell2 is type integer. So how do we check it? So we write ty type and call it the variable and see what it is. It is an integer, and here type x and this is a string. Pretty good. I hope it seems easy to go with this. Python also allows you to change the data type or the data stored in a variable even after setting it. For an example, in this previous cell, we have written x equals to hummingbird and the data type is a string. Now, if I want to change x equals to 5 and then see the print x, and I also see the type of the variable, yeah, so it dynamically changed the data and also the data type of the variable. Points to remember with this: when you're declaring a variables in Python, do not add a number at the start. For an example, I cannot declare a variable like this, a1x equals to 1. I cannot do this, it gives you an error. I also cannot have spaces while declaring the variables. For example, as under space df equals to 1. Even this gives me an error. So I cannot have this, or I cannot also give hyphen. For example, asdf equals to 1. You're free to go with alphanumeric values. Even you're allowed to even use underscores, but you're not using a hyphen, a space between and a number at the start. So I hope you're clear with the variables now. You can allocate any type of data to the variables. Next, we'll see comments. So what are comments? Comments are for the user information. For an example, if I write x equals to 1998, y equals to 12, and z equals to 23rd. Consider an example. This is my birthday and I just write it for my information. If I want to tell the one who is seeing this as this is my birthday, I can even write in a different form, but if I just declare them in a variable like this, and if I want you to know it, so what I do is I write a comment. How do you write a comment? Use a hash and then write x is year, y is month, and z is day. So this is how you write a comment, single line comment in Python. Before we end up the video, let's see an example of variable and also a comment. So let me write a comment. This is addition. And then I declare a variable x equals to 1, y equals to 2, and z equals to x plus y, x plus y, then print z. Here we are done. And I also want you all to note one more thing. As you saw here, like the previously what we did, like we wrote, example, I write a print and then hello. So I use a double quotes here. You can also use a single quote, print hello. So both does the same thing. So with this, we end up the video for today. Hoping to see you soon in the next video.